And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I'm your DM. These are my adventurers. When last we left, we had finished the Beyond Icefire Peak campaign trilogy and had achieved 13th level. We had, as the Children of Neverwinter, taken a 1-year hiatus, and now we are coming back to recap what we've decided we're going to do during that time. Some options that we've looked at as downtime activities, are things like buying magic items, carousing, crafting items, turning to crime. I know we're not likely to do that, but you know, crime does pay in this game. Gambling, pit fighting, attending religious services or performing them, research, scribing spell scrolls, selling magic items, training, and work. So I believe that you wanted to train for herbalism and craft some healing potions.
Yes.
You had expressed an interest in... you also wanted to do research, as I recall. So
Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to research. But
well, that's all right. You wanted to...
I wanted to do some training because
Training?
I want to learn language and some weapons proficiency.
Okay.
I was looking at scribing a couple of spell scrolls, or just one, depending on what level I end up doing.
Uh-huh.
And then possibly crafting healing potions. And then if my weeks allow me some time for that, then I was looking at possibly religious service, work. Maybe pit fighting is low on the list, but if I were going to do something like that rather than
And then
gamble or
possibly
crime.
carousing to gain some
I didn't even write
allies
that down. Silly.
was something that
Right,
you
I
hadn't
forgot, yes.
been super serious about that one, but you
Right.
had expressed
Yeah.
vague interest in gaining some allied contacts.
I had a little bit of interest in that.
All right,
There
so
was something else that I had.
so we can start with both of you with the whatever you want to start with.
Well, I'd like to start with the training because
Training?
that's
Alright.
totally my top
So-
thing I want to do.
Out of the year, there are. It says here that a work week is about 5 days. So there's about 3 10 days in a month.
Right.
So that's about 6 work weeks a month. 6 times 12,
72.
72.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'll just go 72 work weeks.
so then, approximately somewhere in the neighborhood of 72-ish
Yeah.
work weeks.
Yes.
So then, for the training, it takes 10 work weeks, but this time is reduced by a number of work weeks equal to the character's intelligence modifier.
Well, my intelligence modifier being 10.
0.
0.
Okay, so it costs you the full 10 work weeks
Okay.
for a training session.
Okay.
When you learn a language or pick up proficiency with a tool, it costs 25 gold pieces per work week
So it'll be 250.
for the services of your instructor.
Uh-huh.
For you, with an intelligence of +5, it will cost half that. So any proficiency you want to pick up in regards to tools or languages, you can take 125 gold pieces in 5 work weeks. So,
I'm trying to think of what language we could have used that would have helped us.
Well, you speak Draconic, yes, or does somebody else know that?
I
Yes,
speak
it does.
Common, Elfish, Draconic, Dwarfish, and Goblin.
Wow, that pretty well covers them. I've got Common and Dwarvish. Does Terrible Trio or have any of the other ones?
Finnan speaks Halfling,
Oh, that makes sense.
and Victor speaks Common and Elvish. Elizabeth speaks Common, Draconic, and Dwarvish. Finnan speaks Common, Halfling, and Thieves' Cant.
Oh, the Thieves' Cant, that's right. So, we have encountered Orc as one of the only other languages I think that I remember.
Orc, possibly something a little more exotic. like Abyssal or Deep Speech might be something you want. Celestial could be something if you plan on talking to angelic beings or high-born scholars who learned it because they're pretentious little nutcases,
Yeah.
who learned it at a young age because they wanted to be better than everyone else.
Wow.
At least that's my personal opinion of people who speak Celestial. So
I do not want to. Are you looking at something like Celestial or?
I'm gonna just pick up a list of all the known languages.
No, I was just, there have been a couple of languages that we
Okay.
have gotten into a situation where the DM says, does anyone speak?
Right.
Mhm.
And we've all said no, and it
Okay.
occurred to me that, and that's happened several times with the same one, and I can't remember which one it was.
I know Orc.
Here we go. Elvish, Celestial, Draconic, Orc, Primordial, Sylvan, Druidic, Khuzdul, Deep Speech, Gnomish, Abyssal, Undercommon, Dalish, Kori, Infernal, Giant, Halfling, Goblin, Comic, Demonic, and Riadran.
Didn't have work in there.
Yeah, it did.
We don't need Riadran. Sorry, we don't need that one. We don't need Kori. I don't think we need Dalish. Let me double check here. Khuzdul is not a problem. That is a Jarrah language. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, recapping, we need Elvish, Celestial, Draconic, Orc, Primordial, Sylvan, Deep Speech, Gnomish, Abyssal, Undercommon, Infernal, Giant, Halfling, Goblin, then Demonic is kind of like the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've got Goblin.
Yes. So we have between us Elvish, Draconic, Halfling, Goblin, and Dwarvish.
And yeah.
And Thieves' Camps.
And common. Oh, you said
Common is
Yeah.
common is common. So I mean there's also let's see if I can find a better compendium here. Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, Orc. The rare or exotic languages are Abyssal, Celestial, Deep Speech, Draconic, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan, and Undercommon. And Thieves'
Undercommon?
Camps.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Undercommon is typically spoken by Drow or Duergar.
Oh.
So you note it, Captain Monteith and his crew,
Right.
and the other one
Right.
speak Undercommon.
That's not our boat.
No, that's
but
the
that was the one we
Icing
But
Death
we
and Twinkle.
sank.
No, it's the Icing Death and Twinkle, the ones that we were on when we captured the Pearl of the Depths in that sea fight. They were Dark Elves or Drow, and they spoke Undercommon.
Okay.
Abyssal is typically spoken by demons. Celestial is typically spoken by angelic beings. Deep Speech, if I remember correctly, nope. I'm gonna quickly run a search on D&D Beyond. Deep Speech. Characters?
Sorry, I was trying not to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine. No, it's not in here. Wait. Go get it over here. Deep Speech is a language of aberrations, an alien form of communication originating in the far realm. So it's a spoken language with no known script.
Oh, interesting.
It's typically spoken by aberrations, so that would make it things like aberrations. Monstrosity. Let's see if I got a definition here. Yeah, not listening to ads. And my computer. Burning my leg right now.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, shut up, I know that. Aberrations. Utterly alien beings. Many of them quintessential aberrations are aboleths, beholders, mind flayers, and sleddy.
Okay.
So then that's deep speech. Yeah.
This is where having
Okay, primordial languages include Orin, Aquan, Ignan, and Terran dialects, one for each of the 4 elemental planes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So if you speak primordial, it's assumed you've learned all 4.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I think.
Which would
or
be
you can
4
choose,
weeks.
or you can choose one of the 4. Or if you're doing it for this, if you're doing a training sesh, I'd say you'd have to quadruple your time
Yeah.
and money output because you'd be learning the 4 languages of the planes of elemental substance.
Okay.
So
And that would have the advantage of what?
you can speak with elementals directly, and if there's anything written in one of those languages, you can read it. So it has here. I have a list of the standard languages and the typical speakers. So common, humans, dwarves, elvish, elves. Giant is typically spoken by ogres and giants.
Have we encountered that before?
Ogres, yes,
Oh,
giants,
yes,
no.
yes, right, that's right.
And that's one of the ones where we couldn't understand them.
Right.
No, I don't think we ever tried to speak with an ogre. We were too busy trying to get our selves out of there with our skulls intact. Because they're typically found among orcish warbands as dull-witted, massively strong mercenaries.
Yeah.
With
Not going to be
something else
conversing with them,
leading
probably.
Right. Gnomish is obviously spoken by gnomes, goblin by goblinoids, halfling by halflings, orc by orcs. The exotic languages, abyssal is typically spoken by demons, celestial by celestials, draconic by dragons and dragonborn. Deep speech is typically spoken by aboleths and cloakers, or illithids, beholders, etc.
Beholders is the one, yeah.
Infernal is typically spoken by devils, primordial by the elementals, Sylvan by fey creatures, and undercommon by underworld traders like Duragar, Drow, etc.
Okay.
So there's that. Those are the languages you can probably speak. The proficiencies are any tool set that you don't already have proficiency with,
Well,
like an herbalist's kit.
which is what I'm doing.
Yes. Or
Yeah.
for you, it could be you could get an herbalist kit if you want it. You could also get a forger's kit, poisoner's kit. Cooking, you get proficiency with our cooking utensils. Let's see what else you got. That's fine. Here we go. From the top, we've got alchemist's supplies, brewer's supplies, calligrapher's supplies, carpenter's tools, cartographer's tools, cobbler's tools, cook's utensils, disguise kit, forgery kit, gaming set, which you already have proficiency with one kind. You can get others like dragon chess and 3-dragon ante. Glassblower's tools, herbalism kit, which you're getting, jeweler's tools, land and water vehicles, which means that if we're ever in a storm again and you have proficiency with water vehicles, you can add your proficiency bonus to any check you make to try and get us out of the storm intact.
Well,
Yes.
that's sounding very intriguing.
Then leatherworker's tools, mason's tools, which you already have,
Already have.
musical instruments, navigator's tools, painter's supplies, poisoner's kit, which Finnan has,
Yeah.
potter's tools, smith's tools, thieves' tools, tinker's tools, weaver's tools, and woodcarver's tools.
Well, I have to say there was one that started with a D, and all I could say was my D letter, and I can't remember what it was.
Disguise kit?
Disguise kit or the water, or vehicles is both land and water.
No, you have to get proficiency in land vehicles or water vehicles. You already have proficiency in land vehicles, if I remember correctly.
Cool. Vehicles, I do. So water vehicles would be good. So what do you guys, would the proficiency in disguise apply only to me putting it on me, or would it apply to me using it for other people as well?
So the way it works is, as part of a long rest, you can create a disguise. It takes you 1 minute to don such a disguise. Once you have created it, you can carry only one such disguise without drawing undue attention unless you have a bag of holding or similar method to keep them hidden. At other times, it takes 10 minutes to craft a disguise that involves moderate changes to your appearance, 30 minutes that requires extensive changes. So you can, additionally, using said disguise will give you advantage and or proficiency in deception, intimidation, performance, and persuasion.
So it's only to be used
If
on
it's
me.
being used. I would assume so,
Uh-huh.
but I mean, I would allow you to attempt to put it on someone else.
Well, because I'm thinking in terms of, like, Finnan has got some good advantages in some of the things that...
Yeah.
and
I will
as
say,
does-
the
as
Terrible
does
Trio
Bazaar.
has the Masquerade tattoo,
Oh, that's right.
which allows them to
Yeah.
cast the disguise
Right.
self
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
So, quickly looking at that, before I forget, to make sure that I understand the Masquerade tattoo correctly, that sucker gives you... Other tattoos I keep seeing. Okay, you can only do that once per dawn.
Okay, so I
Out
can't
of the
disguise
tattoo.
the whole crew.
Well, you can only do
Oh, with the
disguise self for the tattoo once per dawn. For a disguise kit, which Finnan has something going on with that with his assassin ability. It's the rogue. At 9th level, he has infiltration expertise.
Oh.
So he spends 7 days and 25 gold pieces to establish the history, profession, and affiliations for an identity. He cannot establish an identity that belongs to someone else. Thereafter, if he adopts the new identity as a disguise, other creatures believe him to be that person until given an obvious reason not to. At 13th level, so this one,
This one, yeah.
he gains Imposter. He gains the ability to unerringly mimic another person's speech, writing, and behavior. Spends at least 3 hours studying these 3 components of the person's behavior. Listening to speech, examining handwriting, and observing mannerisms. His ruse is indiscernible to the casual observer. If a wary creature suspects that something is amiss, he has advantage on any deception checks he makes to avoid detection. Additionally, Finnan, being Finnan,
Yes.
has he has proficiency in deception, which means he has a no less than 23 that he can make on it with advantage.
Well,
So
yeah. Okay. So so they don't really need
Finnan,
something from me.
Finnan will probably, if he doesn't already have proficiency with, he probably took part of his time to get proficiency with the disguise kit.
Sure.
They probably all should. So if you want proficiency with the disguise kit, everyone else is probably doing it. Just because it makes sense.
Yeah, it sure does.
So
But would that would not eliminate being proficient with water vehicles? That would just be additional
it would
stuff.
be another proficiency you have. You just have to spend 10 work weeks and
250.
250 gold to gain proficiency with each of them.
And I have to do the same amount of time.
No, I
and
don't.
half the
Sorry,
time.
you have half the time.
Yeah.
And
It strikes me that would be a good one to have if everybody else is getting it.
yeah, I'm probably going to make sure everyone gets it here real fast. We're all low on cash here, boys. Gotta get that mine cut.
I've got
at
it
some
figured
point.
out. Whenever you're ready, I've got it figured
Oh,
out.
well in that case, yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. What you got?
So for everybody except me, you all get 2,400 gold for the whole full 12 months.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's good to know.
yeah, that's going to be helpful.
So 8,400 is my 8,460. And I've already taken off
Sounds.
other things. So I already took off the amount of gold that I needed for the herbal proficiency. But I need to take off, what, another 150 or?
125
Okay. So,
for proficiency in the disguise kit.
Mhm. So,
I'm taking off 500 for mine. I'm going to do the 2 land vehicles and
Water vehicles. You already have proficiency in land vehicles.
or water vehicles and disguise. So that's not good.
what did I say it was? 60. So I think I'm at 84.35. Something like that.
Yikes.
Hmm?
My, both my fighters have an intelligence modifier of 0.
I like them big and stupid. What was that?
That was
Is
like
this-
a,
Huh?
some sort of a spoof.
I've got empowered evocation too. I'll figure out. So I have added herbal and disguise. I can spell that correctly.
Tempted to give Victor and Elizabeth a proficiency in the Dragon Chess set.
What is that?
Dragon Chess is a game
Oh,
in D&D. The only reason I'm not doing it is because I don't understand how it works, so I can't use it.
and I had chain lightning in my spellbook.
Yes.
And you were going to provide me with that. Oh, wait, did I have that?
Not yet. I've got it on my
No, I
computer
meant,
right
I didn't know if I had a cutout of it. I don't think it
here. No,
was
I'm
in
saying I have it right here. I can print it if you want.
I would like it, at some point in time, but not right now.
Let's hope you don't need it in this session.
Well, I'll remember that I got it, but I can only have. So I've got this. Oh, the other one was teleport, right?
Uh-huh.
And I would probably use. I think we decided that I would be saving that, but because I have it on a scroll. Because,
No. You were going to get the scroll of teleport.
No, the
but it
other way.
costs-
I have a scroll of the chain lightning, but if
It
I
got
use it
dissol-
that way,
it
then I
got-
can't. Yeah.
It got dissolved when you.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
part of the transcription process destroys the spell scroll.
And I only have
Interesting.
one. I can only use one or the other. I mean,
Correct. which is why you were going to make a spell scroll of teleport to have as our Hail Mary, but given that it costs
10 grand
25,000 gold
or 25 grand.
for a 7,000 or a 7th level spell slot, that was completely out the window.
Yeah, I would need to do, and I would need to have it like 2 or 3 of them to make it really effective.
Oh, you have to have one for everybody?
No,
No,
teleport.
I just have to for each use. When I use the scroll,
right,
it goes
trick.
away,
Yeah,
and
right.
this is a Hail Mary that you don't want to just
You're going to
have
end up
once.
someplace and not be able to get back. Gotcha. Okay.
So the way that you would fix that would be if you took and made it so that you had an object from anywhere that you wanted to teleport back to, because that would make it so that you would get there basically every time.
Yeah. So what I'm going to start doing is collecting stones and labeling them. For instance,
Or
it only
cups.
has to be a
Stone-
pebble.
Well, no. It has to be an object of
Yeah.
a slightly larger mass than a pebble.
Okay.
So, like an article of clothing, or a piece of tableware, or something like that.
So, like, if we're in an inn and we would like to get back there, ask if we could take a fork or something like that.
Yeah.
mean,
One thing
something
that
like
one thing that the terrible trio, like Victor specifically, okayed was he gave you a pillowcase from Trezendar Manor.
Oh, yeah.
So if we ever want to go back somewhere and not have a huge hullabaloo that we just appeared in the middle of someplace, we can teleport back to Trezendar Manor using the pillowcase as your wayfinder, essentially. So
Yeah, that would be good.
you have that. We kind of Finnan swiped a fork from the Umberhulk Shell Inn.
We're going to bring something from the boat.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
that makes
just
sense.
took something
Yeah.
from the boat
Yeah.
that was of an equivalent size, like a piece of sailcloth, a piece of
Right.
rope, or a chunk of wood, something.
Mhm.
Something from the Pearl of the Depths, so if we wanted to, we could teleport onto the deck of the Pearl of the Depths
Perfect.
without fail,
Excellent.
basically.
Excellent.
And actually, that's the only way that I want to use it.
Really, the only other way that we would be using it is if we were going somewhere fast. If we were on a time crunch and we needed to get somewhere before someone else, then we could teleport to a location. That's when things get fun, for me.
Because
As
you
the
can roll
GM.
the dice as to whether we're successful or not?
And more importantly, how successful and whether or not something happens to us.
Yeah, we could be ending up trying to go to our house here and end up
In any house.
in any house, or
Well, for example, if we tried to get back to the Umberhulk Shell Inn, for example, and we failed by a certain amount on the dice roll,
Uh-huh.
then we could end up in any inn on the material plane.
which could
That
give
could
us
be
a
a
little.
Stonehill Inn, that could be an inn on Mintarm, that could be an inn anywhere along the Sword Coast.
It could
inland.
be in an enemy inn.
Yes.
You know, the
That would be
thieves
good.
thieves
Yeah, right,
hang
right,
out
right, right,
in.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, that would be potentially potential.
You appear in this inn, you go.
Oops.
All three of us.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So-
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
No.
When he
So,
explained the whole thing to me, I said, object,
Yeah,
object,
absolutely.
object.
Yeah. Right.
And then he started having Victor and Lisbeth and Finnan.
Help you out.
help swipe
If you have a
things.
place that we need to go that you've thought of, then we need to get something from there.
So far, we've got something from the Stonehill Inn, the Umberhulk Shell Inn, Trezendar Manor. Actually, no, not the Stonehill Inn. We took something from Trezendar Manor. We took something from the Umberhulk Shell Inn. We took something from the ship.
How about do we have any strategic advantage to going to the mine?
No, not at this point. The only thing that the mine exists for now is a cash cow.
I just,
Fortunately, there's nothing else nasty going on unless I decree it as the DM that we are suddenly having something catastrophic starting to try to happen to the mine. Like an enemy has discovered that that is ours and he tries to destroy it, and we have to go beat him.
Okay.
Something like that.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Anyway, Proficiency with disguise kit, proficiency with land vehicles, proficiency with disguise kit, languages, other tools.
Wait, is there something? Wrote something down somewhere. I was.
I know you wanted an herbalist kit.
I've already got
Good, good,
What I
I've
had
already
writ-
taken money off
good,
of
good,
that.
What I had written down was do I need proficiency with a different kind of weapon? I don't use
good. You
big,
don't
huge weapons.
use weapons.
Well, that's what
I
I use
don't
big
remember.
ones.
Honestly, I'm honestly trying to remember the last time you used Hue. You were sub-level 10, if I recall, the last time you used Hue.
Can you pause, please?
Okay. So,
I don't think weapons then.
weapons-wise, we're good.
I was thinking possibly languages, but
What languages did you want?
Celestial was the only one that was slightly interesting because really the rest of them seem to be kind of. You're getting the 4 elemental languages, right?
Did you
Or was
want
I
to
wrong?
get the 4 elemental languages?
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought he was getting 4.
If you don't, that's fine. And
That would cost me how much?
for you, 125 times 4 is 500 plus 20 work weeks. So like 10 weeks, so like two and a bit months, if you wanted to do that. So that would be primordial.
Oh, I just put down elemental.
Elemental is fine. The official term for it is primordial, with the understanding that if you speak primordial, you speak Orin, Ignan, Aquan, and Terran.
Yeah.
7.
If you wanted to do that.
I'm doing it.
Okay.
What I was thinking is, since we got that, and we do have a fair number represented that already came with us, but the only one I could think of, because what might need it at some point, maybe would be Celestial, but I don't know if I need to have it like right now.
Yeah.
7 what? 7, how much was it? 5 what?
500.
Okay, so that one stays 95. And I erase this. I found the best way is to write it side by side, back and forth, because then I don't forget what the thing that I'm upgrading is. I'm down to 79.95.
Cool.
And I've used up, I've got 3 things that I learned. Is how many?
30 weeks. Well, for you not.
It's 5 weeks per thing.
So I've used 15 of those, and I wanted to make some healing potions, since I can now do that.
What grade of healing potion did you want?
Give us the cost again for each.
Okay. Give me 1 second here to upgrade the party languages.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Wow, that's a lot. I'm just making all 3 of my guys speak Undercommon
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
because I can.
Well, and we're likely to encounter that.
Yeah. Give me 1 second to upgrade them to Undercommon, and then I will deal with your
You're fine.
thing there. Wow. There's a lot of languages offered in D&D Beyond. Undercommon. Good. So, crafting will be... Oh, also, how many times did each of you, how many work weeks did each of you train for really fast here?
I have full 10 for each thing, so 10 for disguise and 10 for proficiency with water vehicles. So I'm down 20 work weeks.
I'm down.
72.
I'm down.
Oh, every 10 work weeks you worked, I need a D100 roll from each of you.
Oh.
For each of the 10, every 10 weeks that you work. Do you not have a D100? Do you have a percentile dice?
Yeah.
Do you have a D10?
Oh, I do. Well, does it
That's
need
not.
to
That's a D12. What's the?
Oh, wait.
Do you have a D10 and a D100?
Oh, that's right. I
Put them
have.
together.
I have the D10.
Uh-huh. If you don't have a D10, I can loan you one.
Looks like that.
Yeah, that I have. I don't have.
And then the
That
percentile
was the
dice
one
looks
I
the same way, except it has 2 numbers on it. per face.
Right, that's the, I have that one, I don't have the 10 because that's the one
Okay,
that I
1 second.
lost.
1 second. Here we go. Here. Hey.
Thank you.
We're back.
Okay. Which I can't figure out where in the world it went, that one went, but it's gone.
I'm letting you guys
how
roll
many
because
weeks
I
I
want to give you
went.
guys some agency here.
How many?
Every 10 work weeks, so every 2 things
So I've got
you did.
15 work weeks total.
Yes.
So I only want one.
Yes.
Do you want to tell her what she's rolling for?
You want an 11 or higher.
An 11.
So 10 on the 2 dice. Now, 10 on the 100 dice, and a 1 on the other.
77.
Okay, you're good?
20 and 9.
You're good? No complications for you.
And then you
That is
get-
the only one you did?
Oh, wait, no, I have a second one.
Every,
Right.
how many 10s?
Then 20. Right.
I've got 1.5 tens, so I only roll once, right?
Round up.
74.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
So
Roll
I've got
one more
you-
time.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, him or me?
No, for him, because he had 15, I'm rounding up, so he'll roll twice.
3 and 40.
You're good.
Could you pass?
Switch.
Okay.
So, no complications for your training.
Oh, nice.
Tell her about the opposition of people.
So, rivals may or may not exist, and may or may not attempt to hinder you. For example, as a thing, because what the Terrible Trio mostly did was pit fighting, gambling, and carousing.
Right.
No complications with the gambling, surprisingly. They only did it once or twice. No complications with the carousing, actually, which I was very impressed by. But then, Finnan was the only one who got into trouble with pit fighting, actually. Aside from, I think Victor got a rival swear, his defeated opponent swore revenge or something like that. Or he inflicted a near fatal wound on an opponent by accident or something like that. But Finnan actually got in trouble because when he was pit fighting in Waterdeep, he was in a pit fight against an opponent that he soundly thrashed, who turned out to be a servant of a rising house in Waterdeep, House Belzaren, who has sworn revenge on Finnan.
Well, there you go.
Poor
Yeah.
Finnan.
Yeah. He found out about it later.
Oh no, you. Oh.
on his way out of the pit fighting ring, somebody took him aside and was like, "Hey, yo,
You know
that
who
was
that
the servant of House Belzaren, and they don't take kindly to that sort of thing."
To their own servant pit fighting, or to
No, to their own servant
being
getting
beaten?
They're a very proud rising house. So Finnan now has a rival in House Belzaren.
Okay, so is it something we all have to watch our back on? Or?
Insofar as you want to associate yourself with him, if House Belzaren comes sniffing around for that halfling rogue that beat our servant.
So if House
or
Belzaren
or
comes.
more likely in their words, try to murder our servant, because that's how they're going to probably try to spin it if they come sniffing around for their own form of justice.
And if they
Having
prefer to come-
heard the story from Finnan and knowing that he would never lie to anyone.
You do have 2 party witnesses, because Victor and Elizabeth were both there that night. They watched the fight. It was a fair fight. Finnan was just that much better than the Belzaren servant.
So if they come sniffing around, they might do to keep their noses attached to their faces.
At which point you will probably gain the rivalry of House Belzaren as well.
So that would mean eventually we might have to wipe out that house.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I
yeah.
guess, yeah, sure.
No, I mean,
Let's
if
go
it-
that
if the
route.
whole house is after all of us.
No.
I mean, they're not necessarily going to resort to open warfare.
Okay.
They're a noble Waterdavian house, so they're going to try to keep their public faces clean at the very least. It probably will involve sparring with various attempts on us.
Okay. So I've got those 15.
Mhm.
I've got. You were going to find out how much it costs to make each of the kinds. We were talking about the possibility of superior, but that was like really expensive.
That was like 25,000.
Potion of healing is superior. Costs 1,000 gold pieces and takes 3 work weeks. The
And
Supreme,
Supreme, that was the big
which is
one.
the top of the line,
Yeah.
takes 4 work weeks, so 2 10 days, and costs 10,000 gold pieces.
And
Yeah.
I don't have that many left. But give the effect of it.
10d4 plus 20.
With a minimum of what?
Well, if you roll it, you've got a minimum of 30.
Wow.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you
10d4?
plus 20, if you roll it, you got a
that's
minimum
10.
of 30.
Yeah.
If you action drink it, so you get max healing effects, then you get 60.
Wow. Is this something that we want to contribute to so we have one in the party?
His contention last night was that it was better to make many
Yeah, I agree.
to make 10 superior healing potions, or like for an equivalent sum,
Right.
you could make 1,000 greater healing potions. I'm just saying they each cost
I'm
100.
thinking of doing this in 5s.
Well, I'm not saying do make 1,000.
Right,
No,
exactly.
I'm thinking
I'm
of
just
it.
saying
How
it
can we carry 'em?
costs
Right.
100 gold pieces to make a greater healing potion,
Right.
which is 4d, which is like something d4 plus something. Let me double check here. Greater. Oops, greater. You're funny, do you? Potion of healing greater is 4d4 plus 4. Regular is 2d4 plus 2. Superior, which is 1,000 gold to make and costs 3 work weeks, is 8d4 plus 8.
How long is a greater?
A greater is 1 work week and costs 100 gold pieces. That's 4d4 plus 4. That'll put someone back on their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
For at
what
least
I
a
was
round.
thinking, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do those, I'm going to do like 5 or I'm going to do 10,
Right.
so that we have a certain number per member of our party thinking ahead.
Yeah.
And
So-
so if I did
If
10
you-
of them,
Well, if you did the greater healings and then everyone else contributed their 1,000 gold
Right.
to make a superior, then, or if we all contributed our money for
Right.
our healing potions,
Right.
so for the greater and the superior, if everyone wanted 2 greater and 1 superior, then everyone chips in 1,200 gold pieces for you. Then you don't go out anything more than what you
Right.
make for
so I
yourself.
would then do a 12 for me so that I have
Correct.
those.
So that would be, let me see here. 10 work weeks for the graders, and 15, so 25 work weeks total for
Okay.
the lot.
Yeah, I think that's
which
appropriate because he's
is
got the skill and the time.
Getting up in there towards the end of your amount of time that you have.
Yeah, and so I'm
I'll
going
say
to
if there's anything else, make it brief, but that's pretty
Plus,
pretty.
does that count? Does that knock off the month on the boat?
Maybe not. If you want the month, if you want to do something on the boat for
Yeah.
the month that we made no profit to
Right.
narratively, I mean, which I said we could narratively explain that would be why we made no profit. If you don't, that's fine. We just made no profit.
Which is a
Well, how
but,
many weeks have I got left?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you want a month on the boat, that's the end of it. If you want to do some, if you don't want a month on the boat, I can give you maybe 4 or 5 more work weeks.
Well, no, I've used a total of 15 at work.
Total?
I've got herbal, disguise,
Okay,
language.
that's 15. Okay, then you're not as close as I thought. Okay.
Oh, I did 4 languages.
4 languages.
4 languages, so that's 20 work weeks, so that's 45,
It's 30
30, what?
because each of the other 2 are 5.
5,
each.
and then, okay, so that's 30. And then,
Making any of the potions.
potions
things
is
in
another
there.
25, so that's 55. So you've got about,
17.
15-ish times 5 is, or divided by 2, or whatever it is to get it to the 10 days is, like, you got about another month or so.
So I can do this and then still have a month. I just
If-
don't do
if-
an exploration.
Well, if you want to do anything on the boat, that's the end of your time. If you don't want to do anything in the boat, you've got about 15 more work weeks, which is about like 3 10 days,
Right.
which is about
No.
it's 2.5 10 days, but 2.5 3
Yeah. Right.
ish.
Right.
I'd stretch time
Yeah,
a little
right.
bit for you guys, if you really wanted to go out on the boat. And honestly, we don't have to.
I just have it up there as a possibility.
15. So we got 15 more. And if you wanted to go on the boat, we wouldn't have to go the whole time. It would be
Right.
we would just go enough time to ruin our profits.
Right.
Narratively.
Right.
It's already ruined mechanically. It's just a
Right.
question of why they're ruined.
Right.
If you wanted, we would just go out and be like on the boat and then into Waterdeep
Right.
when we
Yeah.
pick up the session. So if you want to go on the boat, you're out of time with the potions. If you don't want to go on the boat, you got 15 more work weeks that you can work with.
And that would give us each a superior if I did those.
1 superior and 2 greater
for each person.
for everyone in the party. I think that was kind of already that's set
Yeah, I've got
against the
Right.
not counting the time that could be spent on or off the boat. So I'm just going to knock off 1,200
Yeah.
for
So-
everyone here.
And we're going to, you're going to then, okay, so 79,
Woof.
8,
Only 5,000
7.
gold.
Ouch.
That's spinning. Moneybag's been spending.
Boy. Well, I suppose if you're going to be having money, it doesn't do you any good just sitting there collecting dust.
You see, the thing is that Finn and the others have all realized that the DM has had all this time to think of stuff that Finn's going to have to go up against.
Well,
And he wants to be as prepared as possible.
like I said the other night, Finnan is cheating a little bit on some of his purchases. So
So I now have,
so
That's
everyone now
67.
has 2 greater and 1 superior healing
I
potion.
should get that written down here. Where's my...
one superior
Thank you.
and 2 greater.
Yes. I'm putting the superior in Victor's backpack.
Yeah, really, that should be on his body at all times.
No, the 2 greater are in his person. The
Oh, okay.
superior is only if he's like, if we expect trouble, I'm going to transfer it.
Okay.
But because he's got currently 35 pounds of weight on his body. And with the backpack, that's another 27.5 out of 30 pounds of weight in the backpack, which brings it to a total of 32.5 pounds for backpack. So it's, what is it, times 15, I think, that you can, that's your strength score times 15 that you can carry, I think you said?
That's my understanding.
So strength score of 18 times 15, 18 times 15 is like 90 or something. So he's got like 60 out of 90 that he can carry or something in that neighborhood. I may be screwing it up, but...
Strength score times what?
Strength score times 15 is what I said?
Yeah, plus what?
It's 18 times 15.
I get 270.
No,
Maybe
I'm trying to
totally wrong
see.
there.
I started off with not able to carry anything.
Because
Let me get the
15
calculator
times
out, I'm gonna
15 is
cheat.
225.
Let me see, I'm gonna
Well, I had a zero.
calculate here. 18
Pardon?
times
My strength score is strength.
15.
He asked me a question.
200.
Oh, okay.
270?
He's got 60 out of 270, so
Yeah,
he's
he's
gonna
doing
move.
pretty
He's
well.
gonna move the potion into his
Yeah.
equipment. He's fine.
So I'm just because I was looking for my paper to write on. It's 2 potions of greater and 1 potion of superior that we have, right? Okay.
Correct.
Ron, can you give me a quick?
Okay, and delete, and he is equipped with the Scimitar of Speed, given his Weapon Master proficiency. And taking that feat, I'm going to darn well use it.
That's right.
That's a plus 12 to hit, because it's a plus...
Okay.
Well, it's a proficient plus 2 weapon. So he gets Dexterity 5, Proficiency 5, Weapon bonus plus 2. He now has a plus 7 to his damage on the Scimitar, and because it is a finesse weapon,
For Finnan.
he gets Sneak Attack.
Oh, he does!
And I figured out what the Scimitar Speed does. It is do bonus action extra attack. So either, if he whiffs his first attack, he can get a second chance at redemption for a sneak attack. Or he can hit sneak attack if he has nothing else he wants to do with his bonus action that turn. He can just whack him again with a regular non-sneak attack loaded attack. So, yeah. Yeah. That brings us to that and potions. Good. Yes. All right. Everyone got their potions?
I have mine written down.
Good.
I'm just kind of...
I've got 1 soup and 2 greater.
Good. 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 Good.
And then we've got other ones that the party already has.
Yes.
But those I'll be carrying with me.
Yes.
And the thing is that, given that I can now make them for what, a half
Half of what it
costs to buy one.
Right.
So you guys got a real bargain, because I considered going into the making potion business as part of my...
Understood. Sure, that makes sense.
Into the what?
Making
Making
potions
business.
Is your
But-
year of work.
Well,
Zenon has sold his +1 short sword and paid for it in silver.
and what?
Oh, because to get rid of all
got
that silver coin?
No, he sold it and got it and got the price in silver. So there's 2,500 more silver pieces added to his inventory.
Was it intentional or just how it happened? Okay, okay. I'm selling...
You
The
may
customer was
wanna
like, I don't
change
have
it
all
into
gold. He's
gold.
like, fine, pay me in silver.
I don't think I have anything to sell. I'm not selling any of my weapons.
Alright.
The only thing I could sell would be my normal staff.
If you want to. You can sell that for half the cost of a normal staff. Straight up.
I'm not sure that I don't think I've ever used it
No.
once I got the crystal staff. And, but I will keep I've got a broadsword, I think it is.
Longsword, yes.
Longsword. I'm going to keep that because... I don't
Why?
know. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, why? Because at this point, if it turns out that you need a longsword, Victor can toss you Talon, which is a +1 longsword that he's carrying in his inventory. Because you don't use a longsword anymore. At this point, you can deal more damage with a cantrip than you can with a longsword.
Or with a bow.
Well, I'm just saying, in close combat,
Yeah.
you can deal 3d8 lightning damage to a target, and they can't take reactions using Shock and Grasp, which is a cantrip, which has a higher bonus than your sword attack is likely to get you.
Oh, I have a short sword.
So sell that too.
I don't have a long sword. Okay.
You had a longsword at one point because you
did.
have proficiency with it as an
I
elf.
must have picked it up someplace.
Right, you stole a longsword from the Red Brands in the armory back when we were trying to make you into Gandalf and dual wield a longsword and a stave in close combat before we really picked up on how wizards and combat work. So,
Like I just liked having it because I've got proficiency.
right, and like I said, if
Yeah.
you want one, sell your longsword and either carry Talon around or wait for combat to need a longsword and then yell to Victor to toss you Talon. And he can toss it to you for a free action. You make a low DC dex save and
But then I have to do something with my staff. I can't. Yeah.
Right.
I don't see myself.
what I'm saying is you drop your
spell.
spellbook, scream for a longsword, Victor tosses it to you, you get a low DC dex save to toss it to you, to catch the
Yeah,
sword.
right.
You catch it, and now you have a +1 longsword that you can use. That's a magic item that will deal. It will count as a magical item for the purposes of overcoming resistance or immunity to non-magical attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm going to sell the short sword and the long sword.
okay, 1 second. I might pull up the prices on both of those, and I won't make you roll for complications on that one.
I've actually got a roll for 2 complications based on the elemental.
Okay, go for it.
Isn't that right? I mean,
Well, 4 technically. Well, yes, 2 technically, but on the primordial. So
30 and a 0?
30. Okay, you're good.
Well, 0 is a 10, so...
Well, it's 30, so it's less than. It's more than
10 and 4.
10.
Wow.
You squeaked by without a complication.
Good.
To sell your short sword, add 5 gold pieces to your inventory. For the long sword, add 7.
So I've got to add 12.
Yes. So you sold them either in Leylon, Phandalin, Waterdeep, Neverwinter. You sold them somewhere. And you got a fair price for them. So,
At this point in time, there are very few people that would risk cheating.
well, also there was no haggling, there was no bargaining down, there was no just this is like a poor area. We don't buy things for you can't get as good a price because there's not as much liquid cash rolling around. It was just a long sword and a short sword, especially if sold in 2 different towns, is not really going to be that hard to pick up. Especially someplace like Leylon or Waterdeep or Neverwinter, there's always going to be somebody rolling through looking for a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, Phandalin, you may not have gotten as likely to find someone to buy it, but really, with the options available to you, it's not a problem. So, with that, anything else you guys want to do in the remaining?
Are we timers? Videotaping on? Or
Yeah.
What's on?
okay. My question is, I have like 52 weeks to do something, because I've only spent 20 of them to do my disguise and my
Okay.
proficiency.
So,
So
what
I
do you
want
want to do?
Well, I think what I'd like to do is,
Stop it.
Do I have any time left by then? Just curious.
If you want to use time on the ship, no. If you know you don't want to use time on the ship, then you have about 15 more
Okay.
work
I'm
weeks.
sorry.
There we go.
so I don't want to carouse.
You don't?
No. Oh, what the heck?
I'll tell you. I'll read you what carousing looks like. Carousing is a default downtime activity for many characters between adventures who doesn't want to relax with a few drinks and a group of friends in a tavern. Carousing covers a work week of fine food, strong drink, and socializing. A character can attempt to carouse among lower, middle, or upper class folk. A character can carouse with the lower class for 10 gold pieces to cover expenses, or 50 gold pieces for the middle class. Carousing with the upper class requires 250 for the work week and access to the local nobility, which you have. A character with a noble background can mingle with the upper class, but other characters can only do so if you judge that the characters make sufficient contacts. Alternatively, a character might use a disguise kit with it, and the deception skill to pass as a noble visiting from a distant city. So, really,
Would I be at a disadvantage? I mean, because of who we are, does that
I
grant
would
me the
say-
access, or is it because of Elizabeth or something like that?
I would say you have access to Neverwinter
Mhm.
because of what you did for them.
Yeah.
You saved Leylon,
Right.
and you rid the Sword Coast of 2 perilous threats.
Right.
In the forms of the Cult of Mirkul and Chardon Vitriol, and the Cult of Talos and the Dreadnought and Faralai and her crew.
You got quite a resume.
So
Which
you
I'm-
have the thanks and the gratitude of Lord Neverember in that regard. So you could probably get into some place in the upper class if you so desire.
That's where I would like to go.
Okay. So you would have
But I'm not
Neverwinter.
at disadvantage or anything like that there.
No,
Okay. I don't want to be someplace at disadvantage, but I would like
because you're not noble,
to. Right.
but you are a well-renowned hero at this
Yes.
point. So you have the ability to say, either go with Victor and Lisbeth to the party that they're going to and carouse alongside them, at which point Lisbeth can smooth talk her way in, point out that everyone is part of the Children of Neverwinter saviors of blah blah blah,
Right.
and then you're in, and then it's just a question of you mingling. Or you can go on your own, but I'd recommend going with the
I
Trouble
would
Tree because
much
they
rather.
went, because Finnan went to go carouse with the lower middle class, because that's Finnan.
Right.
Victor and Elizabeth went to a, like, party
Yeah.
at Neverkeep, or Castle Never, or whatever they call it. The place where Lord Neverember
Yeah.
resides.
That I would definitely go with them.
Okay. So that'll get you in with no problem. So
Okay.
you would, if you want to do that, you would spend 250 gold pieces per week that you do it. They went twice.
Okay.
Once to Neverwinter, once to Waterdeep. If you want to go to Waterdeep, you would have to go with them as well.
That's
Elizabeth
fine.
could get you in.
Yeah.
You would probably make your charisma, your persuasion check at disadvantage in Waterdeep. For some reason you're not necessarily quite as well known. Although I would say Elizabeth being there would probably cancel it out. So you
Yeah.
would just make it straight.
Okay.
This is why I love this game, folks. You get to watch me just run my mouth about what's going on in my head.
No, I think I think that
So
makes
one,
sense to
they
me.
did one in Neverwinter, one in Waterdeep.
Okay.
Is the terrible trio getting on the ship at all?
They can be if you want to.
No, I meant.
They weren't planning on it.
Okay.
Most of their time was, as I said,
Yeah.
spent pit fighting, gambling, carousing, and a little bit of work for Victor.
I thought I was caroused.
Alright. So you're both carousing. That's 250 gold pieces per time. Once in Neverwinter, once in Waterdeep. If you're going with the Terrible Tree, if you want to go more, that's fine. By that time they'll know you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Is that it?
great party, great food, great drinks,
I can go for
fancy people.
Mm-hmm.
You see what you have one of the nights.
that. I'm going to make sure that. Do we have to roll to determine whether or not we end up with allies or?
That's coming.
Okay.
First, the meal, one of the nights, consists of pear pastry. Oh, nice. Sugared cheese.
Interesting.
Fresh olives. Orange wine beef. Cream soup. And brie tart.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
So,
And that's one night out of
one night out of 5.
per thing. So we've got 10 meals. Wow.
Yes, and there are other meals that include
Of course.
buttermilk bread, cheesecake, cherry croissant, cream cake, fruit tart, glazed roll, meat pies, pear pastry, stuffed pasta, sweet bread, aged goat cheese, brie, cream-based cheese, mozzarella, spiced cheese, sugared cheese, fresh olives, glazed pears with wine, pomegranate, spiced plum, strawberry tart, sugared fig, sweet orange, almond milk, deviled egg, gravy, mutton porridge, orange wine beef, roast beef sirloin, roast peacock, savory bacon, smoked veal, turkey leg, barley gravy soup, cream soup, egg soup, saffron soup, sage soup, wine soup, bitter chocolate brie tart, cherry cobbler, cheesecake,
Sage soup?
sage soup,
Sage soup, okay.
cherry cobbler, cheesecake, chocolate, dessert wine, rum cake, spice cake, sweet wine, and whipped cream. Are the options from whence the menus are drawn.
Wow. They've got some good chefs.
Yes.
Nice.
So, at the end of the work week, I'm going to have you guys make a persuasion check.
I need a D10 for that. I mean 12.
Each
20
one.
for that. But you better do this one. 7.
Okay. You do not make any new contacts. Unfortunately, your attempts to mingle with the nobility do not come off as successfully as you hoped, but fortunately you make no apparent enemies.
Oh, that's good. 18. Oh, but I get a +1 on that, so
19?
19.
You make 2 allied contacts in Neverwinter. And they are lesser nobles within the court of Lord Neverember who find you a decent person and are in a favorable mood towards you.
Cool.
And then if you'd like to spend another 250, the Terrible Trio are heading down to Waterdeep.
Oh, it's 250 per place.
250 per
Yes,
time.
yes, that's
So
what
another
I'm-
250,
Yes.
another week of fine food, strong drink, and fancy people. And another persuasion check.
Absolutely. 14 plus 1 is 15.
You make one allied contact in Waterdeep.
Well, that was fun.
And for you,
I'm sorry. I'm just hoping not to make an enemy at this point.
what's your persuasion?
My persuasion is like a -1. Yeah, persuasion is -1.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Five.
5.
I shouldn't have growled.
Did you have a good time?
Well, it all
did.
depends on.
But
But in doing so, I made an enemy.
unfortunately, one of the people there apparently did not appreciate something about what
Probably,
you did.
here
Either
I
your
made a move on the guy's wife or something. He didn't
no,
know.
more likely the time you attempted to dance, or potentially spilled your wine on somebody, or possibly made a bit of a boorish appearance with your speeches on the arcane at dinner, or something of a slightly more serious nature but unknown necessarily. You have made one hostile contact.
Does he know who that is?
Why, of course.
He
It's House
does.
Panzarin.
It's what?
House Panzarin.
Of course it is! Now we got 2 of us
So we got
against
2 of us against them, huh?
Just kidding. I don't actually. It may well be House Panzarin, but it was a noble you offended. And
So do I have an ally in House Bazaar?
no, you do not have an ally in House Panzarin.
I mean, let's try to cancel each other out here.
No, you are. They are separate noble houses that have made enemies and allies of you.
What? Now, I have like 3 allies. Not
2 in Neverwinter, 1 in Waterdeep.
What does that... Is that someone I can call upon for something, or...
An upper class contact is a noble and their personal servants. They now share a bond with you. They owe you a favor. They are friends who will render aid to you, but not at the risk of their lives.
Okay.
Once a contact has helped or hindered you, you need to carouse again to get back into their good graces. This is help once, not help for life.
Of course, yeah.
So it's one favor, without risking their lives, such as potentially talking you out of jail time, giving you a place to stay for the night, putting in a
Can do
good
something on
word
my behalf, yeah.
at something that you need
Sure,
help with,
sure.
something like that.
Yep, that makes sense.
Potentially getting you a one-time pass to go somewhere, like giving you a token that you then give to the person to say this is house, whatever. This is my free ticket into this place.
Cool.
Something like that.
All right.
But as long as it doesn't endanger them, and for you, as long as they don't, as long as it isn't outright crime or violent act, then they will attempt to hinder you at some point.
Well, there you go.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Is that going to extend to us as well, or
Just you.
No, but
Yeah.
if they do it to me in the middle of a quest, it's going to affect my performance during the quest.
potentially? Yeah,
Potentially.
Absolutely. Yeah.
On the other hand, the Terrible Trio has managed to rack up some good things, so...
Okay, so now I'm down to only 50 weeks. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying to rack up some stuff here.
Victor currently has 1 allied contact of a lesser noble in Neverwinter and 1 noble in Waterdeep who owes him a favor. And Lisbeth has 2 nobles in Neverwinter who owe her a favor, and 3 in Waterdeep who
Good
found
job.
her quite charming.
I can only imagine she is a charming person.
Yes, she is. And Finnan has a middle-class contact in Waterdeep.
Cool.
He didn't really do anything good in Neverwinter.
He is a bit rascal.
Well, it wasn't that. It was just that he didn't make any allied contacts or hostile contacts. He came out in the middle.
Kind of
So,
neutral, huh?
50 weeks. 50 work weeks.
50 work weeks, yes.
Well, you could research. You could do some more carousing. You could gamble. You could pit fight. You could attend religious services. You could turn to crime if you so desire.
I could turn to work if I so
You
desire.
could work. That is true.
I mean, I'm probably likely to do that, but what would I research? That's what I was kind of racking
Well, that's the
my
question.
brains. I mean,
What have you wanted to know about that you haven't known about in the past?
all the different... That artifact that we picked up that we gave back to Leylon, did we ever discover what that was?
Well, you could do some research on that. If you'd
Yeah.
like. All right. So, you go to Leylon, and
We didn't find it out, did we?
no,
Okay.
you spend 1 work week and make an intelligence check with a +1 bonus per 50 gold pieces spent beyond the initial 50. So you spend 50 gold pieces, spend 1 work week. You can spend an additional 50 up to a maximum of 300 to gain a +1 bonus to your intelligence check up to a maximum of 6.
Do I do that before I roll, or can I spend it after I roll?
Well, I would assume you'd make it before you roll.
Spend it before I roll? Because if I roll a nat 20, I'm going to feel really foolish that I spent 300 gold.
You don't have to spend 350 gold.
Right, I'm just saying.
You just have to. You spend 50.
Right.
Declare the focus, spend a work week. During that time, you can spend an additional 50 with +1 per 50 up to a maximum of +6.
And
So,
what am I rolling?
intelligence.
Intelligence.
You have a +0 if I recall.
Yes, I
And
do.
the other thing is that instead of doing, with you having 50 weeks of time left, you could you go, I didn't find out this week, I'm going to research for another week, and spend your 50 gold and then roll again.
And
So-
alternatively, you could spend your 50 gold,
Right.
find out what you know or don't know,
Why can't I?
and then choose to take a certain amount of time to attempt to recoup your losses
Right,
in work,
right.
and then
Yeah,
go
and
again.
try it again.
Have
Yeah,
another
that's a good idea, because
So-
I've got some losses that I would like to recoup.
The Thing
Okay.
in Leylon.
The Thing in Leylon.
For your intelligence check.
Which I have +0 on. 15.
Okay. Ooh, now I gotta go back and find it. Give me a second.
Do you have the number?
No, it's
There
not a
was no
thing. It's not a
number.
number. It's a thing. Oh la la. Here we go. Second. Got it. Right. Here we are. Gonna open up. Here we are. Slowing it. Here we are. Guess we'll go there for now. So, here we are. All right. Come back here. Come back here. I'll find it. Out. Yes, I will. Here we are. All right. Okay. It is called the Ruin Stone. It is a fiery red crystal the size of a human palm.
Okay.
And the 2 pieces of lore that you discover about it are that it's a ruin stone, and that once per day you can undo one deed performed with it.
One deed performed with the ruin stone?
You use the ruin stone to undo one deed performed.
So it's not the deed that was performed with the ruin stone.
Correct.
It's something that I did
Anything
that
you
the
did
ruin
once
stone
per day, you
undo.
can undo it.
Wow.
But we
Any
don't have it
deed?
anymore.
Because you are in Leylon where you already, like, in a lot, I'll give you a second one for that. Which is, someone, any deed, really, anything done. The notes state here, the simplest would be to have them rewind an action and take it again.
So
But
like if
any
someone
one
missed or something.
deed, any one deed can be redone, can be undone. But someone known to the wielder is also erased from reality.
Along with
The deed.
the
The
deed.
deed done and is rewound, is undone. But the reality of someone's existence is also undone.
My
Ah!
choice or the stone's choice?
My choice.
Hmm.
By the dice.
And it could be you?
Random chance.
Could it be the person?
No.
No.
But it could be Rongir or Finnan or I mean it could be one of us, right?
Yep.
Oh, but we don't have it anymore.
Correct.
What's his nose took it and fled with it, right?
I don't like the idea of that.
Someone took it.
Someone tried to take it.
Oh, did it stay in Leylon?
The Swords of Leylon stopped them from taking it.
Oh, okay.
Along with you guys.
Okay. So it's still in Leylon someplace then.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
It is in the other side of the beacon of the House of Thalavar.
Okay.
It is in an alternate reality.
Good.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. That's right. That's a good place for it. Okay. That is intriguing.
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah. Okay. So then I would like to spend some time working
Okay.
to recoup some of these losses.
Alright. So, what are you doing?
Does every kind of work make me the same amount of money?
What it does
essentially?
is you take one work week of effort and you make a acrobatics, athletics, or intelligence check
Not intelligence.
using a set of tools, or performance or straight charisma check using a musical instrument.
That's not me. My athletics check is a +8.
Okay. So
So like mason's tools.
yes,
Or
so
yeah,
you are doing some
masonry.
mason work.
Gotcha.
So roll a check.
8. 8
Oh,
plus 8.
sorry. Roll a d100 for me before you do that.
Oh, okay. I need the other one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Want it back later.
Oh, of course. 83.
You're fine.
Okay.
Hang on to that for now.
Okay.
And you said 8 plus 8.
I had 8 plus 8, so that's
So
16.
16. You earn a comfortable lifestyle for the week. Meaning, ow, you get $10 gold pieces.
And is
Meaning-
that it for the next, if I were to work for the next 49 weeks, that would be it? Or
No,
40
you
weeks?
re-roll it every week, every work week.
Okay.
So with that 10 gold pieces, you can either use that to live at a comfortable lifestyle, or you can add that to your inventory and go live at Trezendar, or you can and pay like we'll just say one screw, we'll call it 1 gold piece per day. So you
So I net 5 out of the week.
well, it costs them like
Can I camp somewhere?
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but well, not one gold piece. I'm sorry. We'll call that one gold piece per 10 day. So 1 silver piece per day.
Okay.
So you net 9 gold pieces.
Okay.
Because it's like you're not living there for free, but like
Right.
it's just you're kind of chipping in to help a little bit with the costs of maintaining the manor.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not deducted anything from my living expenses for this year.
Okay.
I realize I'm hurting myself doing this, but my honesty.
No, it's fine. Do you want to do what she's doing, or do you want to stay at an inn?
If it were an inn, how much is that a week?
For a 10-day, 5 gold. If you're staying at someplace like the Umberhulk Shell Inn or the Stonehill Inn.
So we're talking about. And how many weeks have I got to cover?
15 gold for a month times 12.
144 plus 30.
So 174.
Yeah, 174 gold.
So do I just keep rolling for weeks now? For
If you want to keep working, yes.
I was gonna work for like, we'll say 40.
And then every time you work, roll the D100 again
Okay.
for complications.
Okay, so I will just roll.
So roll a
this.
check, and roll an advice check with your stonemason tools as you find work in Thunder Tree, Cragmaw Castle.
18.
Okay. You earn, again, we'll just say you earn 9 because you're
Yeah.
living at Trezendar.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And then the complications.
and then the D100 for complications.
Where are the trios staying?
Trezendar, typically. Or at some place where they're carousing.
So if I'm.
What is this?
That's 10.
So I got to 10 plus 10. Is that? I got 10 on this one dice, and I got a 0 on this dice. So
Okay.
is that 20?
No, that's a 10.
That's a total of 10. Oh, that's below 11. That's not going to be what I'm wanting to hear.
Interesting. So, as you're working at one of your job sites, you discover that your employer is involved with a dark cult or criminal enterprise. You're not 100% sure yet. You just saw a bunch of guys in dark hoods meeting in the basement one time as you were packing up for work
Oops.
to go home for the day.
And they saw me, I'm assuming.
You don't know.
Okay. So I just have this knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I have to keep track of that?
Please.
Okay, so...
Unless you want me to take care of it.
No, so I saw guys in dark...
It just say dark enterprise, like dark cult or criminal enterprise.
Okay, dark cult.
So what was it? It's 1 silver per.
It's
If I'm staying with everybody else, it's how much per week? Or per.
one gold for a 10-day.
And if I'm staying in the inns.
5 gold.
Okay, so I've got how many 10? I've got 12 times.
It's 174 for a stay at the inn.
If I stay there the whole time.
It's, excuse me, a fifth of that,
So it was 174,
74.
a fifth of that.
Here. 1 gold. No, 174 divided by 5 is 35. 36 realistically. For being,
36 for
being
full
real,
time.
it's 36.
But then I want to add in 10 to that because we've got the 2 times I'm carousing. And I'm not going to stay there for those 2.
Well, I'm assuming that may be part of the
The 50, the 500 or whatever.
the,
we're
200,
paying.
the 250 gold
I figured
for
So
5 days. Part of that is
room and board.
room and board, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I don't know exactly, but I'm going to rule it that
think
way.
it's a-
So it's 35, is what you said?
36.
36.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just keep rolling? 15.
9 gold. And the D100.
24. Okay. 7.
Ooh.
Bad week.
Yeah, you earn, well, here's the thing. You earn, so you earn 5 gold pieces, so it's really 4.
Yeah. Okay. And complications. 27.
You're fine.
Okay. 2.
Oh boy.
Well, I did not have a good week.
Uh,
I don't have to. Do I? Wait. Am I supposed to add 8 to this?
Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't do that.
Oops.
The last one was 15 in actual. Oh gosh, and the other one was like, I was doing face value for
Oh
these.
boy.
Don't worry about it.
Try, no. Go back.
So 18, it was going to be, the first one was 16 was correct. Then I forgot to add 8 to any of the other ones. 18 plus 8 is 26.
26, you say?
18
Well,
plus 8.
that's a different roll. See if I can find
But
something.
that's the week I saw the Dark Cult.
Yes. So, what is that? Here it is. Okay. So for that was what was the first one?
The first one was 16 and that was straight because that was
And
8
that was-
plus 8. And that was
Then the
9.
next one was
The next one was 26.
26. Okay. You earn 44 gold pieces.
Well, hello. And the next one would have been 23.
44 gold pieces.
Oh, it's nice.
You are doing good work around Castle Never.
Uh-huh. The next one now, the 7 that I thought I had rolled as a 7 was actually 15 because I had to add, I get to add 8 to that.
You earn 9 gold pieces.
Okay, and now this is 10 because I,
10.
yes, 9.
You earn 4 gold pieces.
Now, and I complicate complication. 97.
You're fine.
Okay.
One would hope.
Anything 11 or higher, you're fine.
Oh, I wasn't sure if at each 10s there was. Okay.
There's a 10% chance that something goes complicated.
At 20, so we're 28.
44 gold pieces.
Happy. It's cocked on the side.
Reroll that one.
Okay. Come here. Let us space here. 87.
You're fine.
Ooh, 9 plus 8 is 17.
9 gold pieces.
And
With a plus 8, you're not
I'm not gonna
really in a hurting way. You got a
No.
good skill going on.
74. And 20.
44 gold pieces.
And complication.
Probably making more than the trio did on gambling.
Gambling, yes. Pit fighting, no.
Yeah.
Because
17.
they cleared the bank on pit fighting.
25.
You are making 44 gold pieces.
Complication.
Because at pit fighting, you can make your lowest you're gonna make. The lowest you're gonna make when you're making money is 50 gold pieces.
Oh, wow. 19. That's 10. 20. My gosh, I've never had a run of 20s like this before. Zounds.
44 gold pieces.
Yeah. 65. Come on.
Now you know how I felt yesterday afternoon.
12 plus 8 gives me 20.
20 will get you 9 gold pieces.
Okay. Let's see. 2, 3, 4.
Or no, sorry. 20, yes, 9 gold pieces.
Okay, complication. 81.
We're living an uncomplicated life.
21.
44 gold pieces.
Well, I'm a dwarf, man. We just don't ruffle feathers if we can avoid it. 14. Must have gotten a close shave there.
14, you earn...
No, that was 14 for my complication. Just as I'm saying we live in a quiet life, I roll a 14. I'm like, ooh, 3 plus 8 is 11.
11, you get 4 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, you know, it's better than none. I can't complain.
Yeah.
They were poor. 47.
Well, you earn a modest lifestyle for the week, which is a gold piece per day.
Oh.
Which is 5 days, 5 gold pieces, 1 gold piece to keep yourself in Trezendar and not being thrown to the Nothic.
Oh, yeah. 4 plus 8 is 12, so that's going to be 4 gold pieces again.
Yes.
Okay. How do I which one's the Nothic?
Well, we killed the Nothic already.
80, oh, that's right, 89. That's right. Wait a minute. I know
And
that.
that time that Piebald was just like, I can do this last
That's
time.
it. 9 plus 8 is
17.
17.
You get another 9 gold pieces.
okay. And complications.
You can track how many this is.
I am. I've got
Okay, good.
So, 17. Hallelujah. Getting close here. 1 plus 8 is not my favorite number.
9. Okay.
So
That.
This is for my gold, not
Yeah.
for my complications.
Yes. For 9, you owe.
I owe money?
No. But you don't make anything because
Okay.
that brings you out to 1 gold.
Okay. Well,
That's 2 silver pieces per day. And
but my living expenses were covered.
your living expenses were covered. You broke it.
97 complications, so that's good. 1. Well, I'm having a...
Was there
Okay.
anything else that you wanted to do in terms of religious service? I'm asking.
Yeah, that's true, that's
Because I
true.
don't want you to bust out all
Right.
your time and be
Let's
like,
see,
oh
1,
wait,
2,
I
3,
wanted to do.
7, 8, 9, 17. Let me do 3 more weeks of work, and then we'll see, because that will
Yeah.
give me...
Because then there's religious
Religious
services,
services, yeah.
you mentioned you might want to do. You mentioned possibly doing some more research into something else.
Right, yeah.
Which can be lore about a monster.
16 plus 8 is 16, 24.
44 gold pieces.
Okay, that's 3 and complications. Oh, I just realized something. Oh, I can roll out sometime. 33, so that's that week. So I have 11 plus 8 is 19.
That'll be 9 gold pieces.
Okay, and I rolled 10 again.
Okay.
That's gonna be nice.
A coworker with ties to an important family in town takes a dislike to you.
Great.
So you have potential ruffle.
Which house?
It's an obscure house in Neverwinter. Or Waterdeep, we're not sure. I mean, either one, whichever one you were working in at the time. Okay, so it's either Neverwinter or Waterdeep. Or honestly, it could be any one of the other multiple towns along the coast.
We do
Got
have
this
quite a
whole
few of
list
them.
of towns on the Sword Coast that you can go to.
Well, I'm probably just kind of walking up and
So,
down the coast looking.
well, if that's the case, then you'd be spending money at inns.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm staying in Trezendar, so.
So it'd be probably Neverwinter.
Okay.
There are, though, a lot of other places along this thing you can go. All kinds of places. Like Downfale,
Well, maybe I'm done.
Baldur's Gate, Daggerford, Long Saddle, Neverwinter, obviously, Silvery Moon, Waterdeep, Yartar, and then there's the Dwarf Holds of the North that you might want to possibly have taken some time to visit and work in.
Yeah.
There's Citadel Adbar, Citadel Felbar, Gauntlgrim, Ironmaster, Mithril Hall, Sundabar, Thornhold, and then there's the Island Kingdoms
Wow.
of Mintarn,
Oh, yeah.
the Moonshays, including Airaon, Gwyneth, Coran Archipelago, Moray, Norland. You alright? Omen's Isle, Snowdown, the Northlander Isles of Gunderlund, Purple Rocks, Ruithim, Tuern, and the Whalebones. And there's Orlambor, the Southern Isles of Lantan, Nelantar, Nimbral. Then there's Evermeet, and the independent realms of Boriskir Bridge, Fort Tamil, Candlekeep, which we've had brief interaction with, when the sages from Candlekeep teleported in to give us the directions to the Uth Tower.
Man.
Darkhold, Eltergard. Eltergard. Everesca, the Fields of the Dead, Dragonspear Castle, Trollclaws. Oh, maybe not that. Helm's Hold, Najara, which I would not advise going to. Trialta Hills, Uthgart Lands, Warlock, Luskan.
Wow. What did you see?
There's obviously the Underdark, which I would not advise going to.
So I'm going to roll one last time.
Sure.
74. I got another nat 20. Holy mackerel.
44.
Alright. So that is
And honestly,
my...
if you guys just wanted to visit,
I was thinking
that
I
would
want to
take
go...
time,
If I took
but would
maybe-
not necessarily do anything in your downtime activities, but it would mark against your work weeks.
And it would also not... If I go up to my dwarven friends, families, cities, would I stay with anybody there?
Nah.
Don't I have
Not
family?
likely.
Don't I have family up there?
Not since you turned mercenary and went to Mintarn. Most of your family was down here anyway. It was Gundro and Nundren, and
I thought they were just down here temporarily. They moved here?
enough so that you'd have to roll to find out if you found anyone up there that you knew enough to make a home with for however long you were going to stay.
Well then, let's do this. I will say possibilities. I don't think I want to do any more research, but I would like to do some religious service.
Okay.
So like maybe
Religious services. So, what that would be is you go to one of the places that you have a religious presence in.
yes.
Someplace declared to Marthamardoon.
Yeah.
And you take a work week there proselytizing and or attending religious services.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make a religion or persuasion check.
Religion is +6. Persuasion, not so much. I don't think. I can't see it. If I haven't
How do you
gotten
have a
it's my-
+6 religion?
Huh?
How do you have a +6 religion? You only have a +5 proficiency. And a +0
I
intelligence.
have a +2 on my religion base to begin with. My beginning plus.
Oh, it's because you're a cleric.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got a little dark circle there.
Well, that means you're proficient, which would have been your proficiency bonus of +1 at the start, right?
It was +2.
Okay.
That's how.
Then that's how it is. But wait a minute.
If you.
It was +2 at the start?
Yeah.
Then it would be a +5, wouldn't it? Because you have both proficiency bonus of +5 and intelligence of +0.
Intelligence +0.
Yep.
And your what? +5.
Proficiency +5. You're proficient in religion. You add your proficiency.
+5.
You add your proficiency to your
To my intelligence.
to your religion check. So that makes it
+7.
no. Your proficiency was +2 to start with. Your intelligence was +0. Your religion was +2 because you're proficient in religion.
Right.
That means that you're only adding your proficiency bonus at this point because you have no intelligence. bonus, right?
Right.
So that means that you have a +5 religion, not a +6.
I don't add the +5 as my proficiency bonus to the +2?
No, the +2 is your proficiency bonus at the start of the game.
Gotcha.
So you have a +5 religion.
Okay. But it's better than +0.
Oh, yes.
So +5 religion.
Because you have +0 intelligence, which is what your religion stat is fueled from.
Yeah.
So you have +5 proficiency bonus, so you have a 5 + 0
Okay.
for your intelligence, your religion.
So that's
So
still better
plus,
than...
yes,
So that's
absolutely.
what I want to roll. Here is your... Oh, do I need to keep the...
Hang on to those for your complications.
Okay. So I'm going to roll and add 5 to it.
Okay.
11 + 5 is 16.
You earn 1 favor with the Temple to Marthamardoon wherever you are involved. Wherever you were doing this.
Okay. 1 favor.
You earned 1 favor, and you rolled for your complications.
I did, and I got like... I got something really big. 54.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay, so I still have 29 books. This is crazy.
So, you can you can go back to work, you can do research on various monsters that you may or may not have wanted to find out about, using some of that money you've just earned.
I'm trying to think of what I really wanted to do research. What I would really want to do research on. Because I think I probably would, but I can't. I mean, if I research, which I'm not going to, a twig void, that's going to do us no good whatsoever because we just kill them. And dragons are. I don't know. Have you got any thoughts about a particular, like that I have seen or that? Yeah, that would be something that would be important to us. I mean, I feel like I know a little bit more about Talos, but it's not a... Are we just going to open the book to a page and research one?
Well, I'm trying to subtly indicate what you might want to research, but since you
Oh.
are not being...
I thought you were just saying the whole book
No,
is...
No.
And you
Well,
said
I mean,
it's-
yes, the whole book has things that you might want to research, but...
Oh, all right, we'll take a look at that gorgeous
What it
Okay.
is?
It's called a beholder.
beholder. Yes.
Okay.
I will be back. It's
There you are.
go down the hall.
Okay. 50 gold pieces plus 50 for every one you want to up your intelligence score up to +6.
All right, let me see here. So we're going research week. So I'm going to roll... I think I'm going to just add one, take out the 50 gold. So 1 research week. I'm going to say 100 gold pieces. I'm just going to do once.
Okay.
Minus 100 gold pieces. And I'm going to roll. And my intelligence modifier is 0. There's no way to make that improved, is there? Really, realistically speaking.
There may be a tome or a manual that you could find and buy that would increase your intelligence.
By
Reading it.
By 1?
By up to, I think, 2.
Can I do a 1 week of research on that?
Where to find it?
No, to read it, to actually...
You have to find and acquire it first.
Well, let's research the beholder and see what we come up with. So this is my... Oh! That, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have my glasses on. I think that's an 18. Am I right? Or is that a 16? Could be a 16.
18, so
Oh.
19.
No, 0. Oh, yeah, right. 19. Right. Oh, I got
wow.
a 19.
Okay. You learn 2 things about it. They are... They What to tell you. They tend to be xenophobic isolationists. Meaning they are convinced that other creatures resent them for their brilliance and magical power, even as they dismiss those creatures as crude and disgusting, and always suspect others of plotting against them even when no other creatures are around.
Do they, like, they're kind of in the, I will say for lack of a better word, they're within the general population, or do you have to, does a beholder find you, so to speak, or do you...
You tend to find a beholder, and that's the other thing that you find out. They do manage to channel, some beholders manage to channel their xenophobic tendencies into a terrible despotism. Rather than live in isolation, these aptly named eye-tyrants enslave these other creatures, founding and controlling vast empires. Sometimes they carve out a domain within or under a major city, committing networks of agents that operate on their master's behalf. In the process, you find rumors that a beholder named Xanathar may or may not exist somewhere in relation to the city of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Now for complications. And to make it good.
13.
What's that?
He said make them good, like a nice smooth rolling surface here. There they are. Alright, come on, baby. 14 exactly.
You're fine.
Okay. Hang on a second. I had a question.
You'll tell me about the beast later.
Yeah, they're xenophobic isolationists. They kind of think of everybody else as being jealous of their brilliance and so on and so forth, and so they are really that feeds their xenophobia and their hatred of other creatures. Sometimes that xenophobia is channeled into a tyrannical despotism, and they control large numbers of creatures or area.
Both.
Okay, creatures in area, and there's a rumor I heard that there is a Xanathar, a beholder named Xanathar may or may not be exist somewhere in the neighborhood of Waterdeep.
But
So,
what capabilities do they do in order to allow them to do this?
my research did not turn that up.
Okay.
So, if I were to do research again, which I do not anticipate doing that,
You would find out different things.
I would different things. Okay, so it's not
I'm not
like
going
when
to
I
make you
roll.
spend 50 gold pieces.
Well, I wasn't
and
sure if it was
then give you
based
the
on
same
the
two
roll.
pieces of lore if you...
I thought maybe
No.
the 19 told me those two things. Okay.
Well, it told me that you learned 2 pieces of lore about the beholder. So I found pieces of lore about the beholder.
Is it possible
You know
to find
that
out?
they use... Do you remember the spectator that we
Yes.
talked to in the Forge of Spells?
Yes.
They look like that, but bigger,
Okay.
typically.
Do they have similar abilities?
We never found out what its abilities were.
We
We
just
just kind of
don't.
talked it out of fighting us and
Yeah.
and talked it into going away. So you don't know. You assume so, but you don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
If you wish to research again and find out, and specifically research into Beholder's abilities, then that would be something else.
No, I don't.
Okay.
So,
Not listening to your ad.
so I need something I can do for like 20 weeks. I've got 28 weeks left.
Which means, in reality, you have about 10 days.
Right.
So, you could relax. You could carouse. You could conduct religious services. You could pit fight. You could gamble.
Oh, let me try pit fighting.
Sure.
I'll try that.
All right.
See how much does it cost me to get involved there? Or that one does not cost me anything.
1 work week of effort.
Okay, so that's not going to cost me any gold. 'cause
Nope.
I'm feeling very, one might call it parsimonious at the moment. We've spent a significant amount of gold here. Okay. So, my job is to just roll.
You roll. I roll 3 DCs for you. You roll a athletics check.
Cool. That's a +8. Alright, here we go. 20!
Okay.
Without the 8.
Okay.
So a total of 28.
Roll again for acrobatics.
Oh, that's low. Acrobatics.
Which you
is
can-
+0.
Which you can. One of these 3 you can substitute for a weapon attack. Standard weapon roll. You do a acrobatics, an athletics, and a constitution check, with the bonus being the roll of one of your hit dice. So you roll a d20 plus a d8 to tell me what that roll is.
Well, that would have to be better than my acrobatics, because my acrobatics is a +0.
Okay, so that would be your weapon attack, which is d20 plus whatever your weapon attack is.
That's +10 now, right? Yes. Right?
Why? What's your strength?
Oh, I don't. I got +10 up there. Oh, that's for my.
That's a
That's my
spell
spells.
attack.
Right. My strength. Where is it? Where is it?
It's strength plus proficiency if you're proficient in the battle axe.
I
I
am
assume you're
proficient
using.
in the battle axe. That's my strength, which is now
Plus 4, so it's not. It's d20 plus 9 instead of your acrobatics check,
Okay.
and then it's your constitution roll of d20 plus roll of d8.
Okay. So d20 plus 9 now. Ooh, 7 plus 9 is only 16.
Okay.
Are you writing these
I'm
down?
keeping it. I'm
Okay.
keeping that.
And then I do weapon attack, right? And,
Yeah.
and that's,
well-
so that was it. Now it's my Constitution save.
So it's 20 plus d8.
A 10. What was it? +5.
No, it's plus d8 roll.
Okay.
It's a special constitution
Okay.
check.
Hold on. 5. 15.
Okay. You have succeeded twice. Out of 3 rounds, you win 100 gold pieces. Roll me a complications check.
So, is that for 1 week's worth
That's
of work?
1 work.
Wow.
It's a little more in depth, a little more complicated because you have 3 battles that you fight.
21.
Okay, you're fine.
Okay. So if you can keep track of what I'm supposed to roll, I think I'll get this eventually, but I think I'll do this a couple more times.
Alright.
So this is pit fighting.
Yes.
Okay. So now I need my D20.
Pit fighting has to be with a weapon, right?
No. It can be boxing, wrestling, and other non-lethal forms of combat in an organized setting with predetermined matches. If you want to introduce competitive fighting in a battle to the death situation, the standard combat rules apply to that sort of activity.
Pit fighting.
But not made, so I have to be using a weapon in order to...
Okay.
15.
Okay.
And then I do the
Weapon attack, so plus 9.
13 plus 9.
Okay.
And then I do the 20 plus the D8. Ooh. 9 plus a D8. 9 plus 2 is 11.
Okay. 2 more successes. You got 2 out of 3. You get another 100 gold.
Okay.
Roll the complication stat.
Come on, baby. $90.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything 11 up, you're fine.
Okay, you hesitated, so I thought maybe this is different. So, we're good. Okay. So now I'll do this again. Eight plus 8 is 16. That's for my acrobatics check.
Athletics check.
Athletics check. Excuse
Yep.
me. And then straight up attack. Oh dear. 4
Okay.
plus what?
9.
9, so that's 13. And then that's 15, 7 plus,
D8.
ooh, 10. I did not do so well.
Okay. You got your butt kicked.
I got my butt kicked.
0 out of 3 successes.
Okay.
You do not gain anything. Just roll complication.
Okay. $95.
You're fine.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try one more time since this is. Okay with you if I do this?
I don't care.
12 plus 8 is 20.
Okay.
17 plus 9 is 26. 10 plus 2 is 12.
Okay. 2 successes, 100 gold. Complications.
Ouch.
You defeat a popular local champion, drawing the crowd's ire. So as you defeat your opponent, the crowd turns on you and starts booing you and throwing things at you, and so you still get whatever it was that I told you you got.
100. I still get my 100.
You still get your 100,
But then they're not going to welcome me back for any more pit fighting, probably.
not for that one. You can find somewhere else. Not to find somewhere else for a while.
Okay.
At least lay low until the champions manage to get his pride back.
Okay. So I can go someplace else and do
If
some
you
more?
want to.
All right. We'll do
Wasn't that the one that you didn't get anything for, though?
No.
No, that was the
Oh.
one before that.
Okay.
Okay, so boom, boom, moving on. Let's see what we get. 15 plus 9.
Okay.
No, excuse me. Oh yeah, that was. And then I can
Standard attack.
14
Okay.
plus 8.
9.
No, plus 9, sorry. And then 10 plus, come on, baby. 8 plus 5, 15.
All right. 3 successes. You're 3 for 3. You cleaned out 200 gold. That's why I did so much pit fighting.
Let's see, okay, let's see what the complications are. 91.
No complications.
Okay.
Happy crowd.
Happy crowd,
manager.
happy me.
Happy promoter.
Okay, yeah, right.
Lots of good bets. They're betting on you a lot now.
Everybody's good.
What are the 3 that you're rolling?
Athletics, acrobatics, and a constitution check of d20 plus your highest hit dice. With one of those being able to be swapped out for a weapon attack.
What's a hit dice?
Whatever you roll to get your hit points
I
back.
use a D8.
Whatever you roll when you level up and you get your hit points up.
Okay, and I have to have a weapon that I'm using.
If you're swapping out a weapon attack, yes.
Okay.
The only thing I've got is a short sword.
Or you can borrow Talon and get a +1 longsword.
Ooh.
So you would have a +5 to your attack.
Ooh.
The weapon doesn't matter as long as you're proficient in it. Which, with a proficient weapon... Well, no, wait a minute. Why are you rolling in... Oh, no, you're at 9. That's right.
Yeah.
It's proficiency... Well, no.
You told me to.
It's 10.
That's what I was telling
You're-
you, and you said no.
I don't know why I told you no.
Okay. But I
So-
didn't lose anything,
no,
did
you
I?
didn't lose.
Okay.
So, for you, Dad, if you took Talon, it would be, again, a +10 to an attack one time. You would swap that out for something else on the list.
So can I roll your name? Okay, so the first one is for my athletics. Oh, 20! Man, 28. Jeepers. This is happy. I got 17, then plus 10 is
Okay.
going to be 27. I got 9 plus, come on, be good. 6, 15.
Okay. 2 successes.
2
100 gold.
successes. This is awesome.
Yeah. This is why the fighters cleaned out.
Yeah, golly. Let me get my consequences or
Complication.
education. 66.
No complications.
Okay, let's
The crowd's betting on you. You're becoming a local favorite. That's a good fighting.
cool.
The promoter loves you. You're bringing in business.
Cool. We're good.
Let's go again.
1.
Okay.
Plus 10 will be 11.
Okay.
Okay, and then this next one will be 1. 5 plus 8 is 13. I'm having a very bad day.
Okay.
And then, come on. 12 plus 2 is 14. Wow.
Apparently your opponent was having a worse day. 3 for 3.
Not really with those.
Gold pieces.
I thought it was. Oh, I understand a little bit more here. Well,
It's not a
did you say
standard piece.
200?
200 gold pieces for 3 successes. It's not a standard set DC, it's a
I
2d10
see.
plus 5 DC
Gotcha.
to determine how well your opponent's doing.
72.
Okay.
Alright, so try again. 12 plus 10 is 22.
Okay.
6 plus 8 is 14.
Okay.
9 plus 5 is 14.
Okay. 1 success, 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
Face some tough opponents out there.
Yeah, well, you know they're going to start coming out of the woodwork, I imagine. Or out of the dice roll. 22.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. 2 plus 10 is 12.
Okay.
4. Oh man, 4 plus 8 is 12. 15 plus 1 is 16. 0.
1 success, 50
1
gold.
Okay. Hey, that's amazing.
Your opponents are getting tougher.
Yes, they are.
Or she's getting tired.
Well, there is the possibility that you're getting tired.
25.
Okay.
They take that tired part.
No, tiredness had nothing to do with the complication.
7 plus 10 is 17.
Okay.
14 plus 8 is 22. 8 plus, come on, baby. 1 is 9.
1 success.
1 success.
50 gold.
They are tough.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm halfway there.
Do you want to keep doing pit fighting?
Yeah! Yes, I thought it was something totally different.
Oh no. This is it.
18 plus 10
Okay.
is 28. 13 plus 8 is 21. Ooh, 5 plus 8 is 1, 6. Ooh, that's not good.
Okay. 2 successes, 100 gold. You got tired in the last round.
Yeah.
They put up a stiff fight, but you beat him down anyway, but it took its toll in the last fight.
Oh, I can understand that, yeah. 18 plus 10 is 28. 8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay.
And 14. Oh, that's better. 14 plus 2 is 16.
2 successes, 100 gold. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12. Okay, 8 to go.
What are you rolling?
Huh?
What are you rolling?
I'm gonna go to, oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I forgot about my troublesome dice. 66.
Troublesome
Maybe 11
dice.
fine.
I like that. Troublesome dice.
Complication.
Ooh, 4 plus 10 is 14.
Okay.
1 plus 8 is 9. 6 plus, come on, baby. 1 is 7. What?
1 success, 50
You're
gold.
kidding me.
Nope.
Well,
You
I'm very
managed to claw success out of that one.
thankful. That's what we did last night. Scratch a little silver lining out of this nasty cloud. Oh, sorry, trouble.
Complications?
Complications, that's the one. Complications. Come on, baby. 97. Five plus 10 is 15.
Okay.
12 plus 8 is 20. 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay. 2 successes, 100 gold. Complication dice.
Yes. Okay. Come on, baby. 15.
Woohoo!
What's it got to be over?
It's got to be an 11 or higher, or else you get complications. A 1 to 10, you get complications.
8 plus 10 is 18.
Okay.
14 plus 8 is 22.
Okay.
Ooh, 16. 16 plus 3 is 19.
1 success, 50 gold.
Whoa, they're getting harder.
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers.
You got solidly thumped in 2 out of 3 of your matches.
49.
But nothing complicated came out of it.
What?
Nothing complicated came out
This
of it.
is true. I'm very thankful. Of course, if they're beating me, they probably aren't going to be too upset with me.
It's not always that they're upset with you, per se. The
Oh.
one time you drew the crowd's ire was just because
Yeah,
you defeated a local
yeah.
champion. That's a 1 out of 6 chance of doing
Yeah. 9 plus 10 is 19.
it. Okay.
Ooh, 18 plus 8 is 26.
Okay.
18 plus, what's this one? 4 is 22.
It's 2 successes, 100 gold.
Thank you, thank you.
You are one of the champion pit fighters of whichever city you chose to make your residence
I
in.
don't know. Alright, whatever I am. Complication.
So, as you finish your match, that's the one where you got thumped twice, right? Or did
I
you
got
get-
100 gold on this one.
100 gold, 2 out of 3? Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you get out of your final match, where you did get thumped pretty badly, a man approaches you and asks him to follow you, and he leads you to a table in the back room where a figure you don't recognize, hooded and cloaked, sits at the table, invites you to a seat, and informs you that he represents a local crime lord who would like to have you throw a couple of matches for him. He's going to be betting on them in the next couple of games, and he would appreciate it if you would do him a favor by throwing a handful of the matches for him.
I can respect that you would love to have a sure thing, and I understand that you are you hold sway in this area, but to avoid causing you any distress, I will bow out of this area and fight elsewhere so that you do not have to trouble yourself with a potentially not sure thing.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion check. I don't think I get anything extra on persuasion. Okay, +1. Oh, come on, baby. I could use a couple of those 20s that are rolling. 18 plus 19 total.
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Be a 20. 19 plus 1 equals 20.
He doesn't say much, merely waves you out. The thug who escorts you to the door doesn't seem to give away much either, but the general air in the room has a definite attitude of tension as you exit. And the next day, the manager approaches you to let you know that you're no longer welcome.
I left the night before. I am gone. I am so gone. I am nowhere near. So, I only have 4 more matches
Make a
someplace.
stealth check
Stealth check.
to see if you leave town without being noticed by his
What is
contacts.
Baby. Probably not. 6. I told you.
You feel very stealthy walking out of that town in broad daylight with a cloak
I'm
over
not
your head.
making no noise, no noise, no noise. With a what over my head?
With a cloak over your head. You put a cloak over your head, you draw the hood down, you feel very stealthy, marching out the front gate.
And short. Very short. Okay, I am moving on to elsewhere. So I'm probably going to take like a week to get someplace else. So I'm not going to... I've got 3 more times to make some cash here. Okay, so here we go. We will try this again elsewhere. And I am not going to use my same name. I'm not going to try it.
And where were you, by the way, when you were
I
doing
don't
that? Was that
know.
Neverwinter or Waterdeep?
I thought I was someplace a little bit... Yeah, probably Waterdeep.
We figured that if you wanted to... No, we figured if you wanted to stay in...
Oh, right.
There...
Tresendar?
In Tresendar, you would probably have to... if you're doing pit fighting and research and stuff, it's going to be very hard to stay in Tresendar.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that for the times that you're doing research,
Yep.
religious services, or pit fighting, you're probably spending at least 2 to 5 silver pieces to stay at an inn.
Alright, so that's going to be 50 silver pieces. That's just 5 gold, right? Ish-ish?
Ish, yeah.
5 gold. Okay, let's write this down and get that figured out in a minute. 5 gold piece. 5 gold per week for research and pit fighting and religious service. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So I got 3 more
Just because they
tries.
spent the same amount, and they
course.
also were shelling out to keep the manor working.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah.
But they were staying in inns and things while they were pit fighting. So
that makes sense.
logged those already.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's perfectly fine with me.
It's just that if you want to be anywhere outside of a day's walk there and back, a half day's ride from Phandalin, you gotta stay somewhere in the
Oh,
night.
that's perfectly fine. That makes perfect sense to me.
So,
Okay,
were
so
you in Neverwinter or Waterdeep when you did that?
pick one. Probably Waterdeep.
Okay.
So now I'm going elsewhere.
So now you can go just about anywhere you want. Just pick a city, and I'll tell you how far away it is.
Let's do this. You got your list of cities?
1 second. More or less. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll and give you the. Now I get a 20. The 20th city on the list, unless it's too far away to get to.
Okay. Okay. If you'd like to go to the Moonshay Isles,
No, too far away. Back a little
roll
bit.
again, I guess. I
Okay,
can give
yeah,
you, or I
roll-
can give you a
yeah.
list.
Oh no, give me. I'll just. Okay. Okay, the second one on the list.
Wow.
Or not.
No, it's not bad. I'll just show you where it is in relative relation to you.
Okay.
Can you see any of this?
I can.
Okay. You were here.
Yeah.
In Waterdeep.
Yeah.
The next place that you just asked to go
Right.
is Baldur's Gate.
So how long is it going
400
to take?
miles to the south.
So can I get there?
In a 10
Right?
day or so.
Yeah, I was going to take a week to get. So I want to be far
So
away.
you take 2 work weeks. Ish.
Right. So I only have 2 more fights that I can do.
Okay.
So I'll just
And
do
then
that.
it'll take another 10 day to get back to Waterdeep because somebody sent you a sending message
Oh, okay.
at the end of all this. We
Okay.
all converge
Gathered.
in
Okay.
Waterdeep.
All right.
Right.
So doing my last 2.
Okay.
Oh, 5 plus 10 is 15.
Okay.
8 plus 8 is 16.
Okay.
18 plus, what do we know? We have 8 down here. Plus 3 is 21.
2 successes.
Whoa.
100 gold.
100
You
gold.
are a new and unknown
I'll stay
in
that
Baldur's
way.
Gate.
And then, last one. Oh wait, let me get my... Oh, just so I need more complications.
Yep. Just watching getting approached by a crime lord in Baldur's Gate too.
No! because I got an 80.
Whew. Muppet face.
Alright. 9 plus 10 is 19.
Okay.
7 plus 8 is 15. 12 plus 1 is 13. Wow.
Okay, 1 success, 50 gold.
Okay, that's my
As you're
career.
coming out of the last pit fight, you received a sending message from Sister Garael to inform you that Finnan has informed her to inform you
We're
that
being
there's a
telephoned?
meeting. There's a meeting being called of the Children of Neverwinter in Waterdeep outside the Temple of Helm.
Okay.
That will be officially pick up, unless you had something else you wanted to do.
If I'm gonna do a pit, I have an acrobatics roll, which for me is just a +2.
Okay.
And athletics, which because of the gauntlets is a +5. And what's the third
Wait,
one?
why is it a +5?
Because they've got the gauntlets.
It's +4 if you got the. If you're just going off the strength score of the gauntlets, it's +4.
We had written down there 5.
And I miscalculated, and I have rectified that later.
So +4.
Okay.
What's the third thing?
D20 plus your hit dice roll.
And that was a plus.
Oh, it's a D6, I think, right? What's your hit dice?
My hit dice is 1d6 plus 2 per piercing on this sword. I don't know what
I'm
it
not
is.
asking you about a hit attack. I'm asking about your hit dice. Not your damage dice, your hit dice. The ones that you use when you're regaining HP, not taking away other people's HP.
Oh. I don't know. Oh, hit dice.
Yes.
5d6.
So you use 1d20 plus 1d6 for your constitution roll.
Okay. Well, I should probably do that. You know, I'll do one of those for sure. So I have to roll d20 on the first ones.
Yep.
7 plus 2 is 9. 8 plus 4 is 12.
And,
And then do I do... No.
d20 plus d6.
18 plus 2 is 20.
Okay. 1 success, 50 gold.
And then I have to get these turkeys.
Yes.
That's right. 7 and a 9. 70 and a 9.
You'll be fine.
So,
You get 50 gold out of that.
okay.
You got pummeled pretty severely in 2 of the fights, but you came through in the 3rd.
Okay, we'll do another one.
Okay.
Six plus 2 is 8.
Why are you rolling a d10 for that?
Oh,
Or a d12 for that?
I picked up the wrong dice. 9 plus 2 is 11.
And bear in mind, you can swap out one of those for a weapon attack, which would be a plus 10 if you borrowed Talon. Or more likely, you would probably do a plus 9 because you wouldn't necessarily be able to get into the same area as Victor for the fight.
So I can do that. I have to make that decision
instead of
beforehand.
making a plus 2, you can make a plus 9 for the acrobatics check, because you can swap the acrobatics check for a weapon attack.
Let's do that. So it's a plus what?
9.
9. So what was it that I
I
rolled?
don't know. We will.
9 is what I rolled. So 18.
Okay.
That's the second one. No, that was the first one.
Yep.
And a 6 and 4 is 10.
Okay.
And 18
Plus
Plus-
a d6.
3, 21.
2 successes, 100 gold.
Ooh, good
So I'm
job.
up to 150 gold.
Correct.
And how many do I have that I can do?
I don't remember.
I'll just do one more and call it the end of the day.
Okay. Oh, it's the end of the, like, your...
Yeah,
like
the end of it. Yeah, I mean the end of everything.
Okay.
So she's going to send me a note.
Yep.
14 plus
9.
9 is 23. 11 plus 5. Or
Plus
plus
4.
4. That's 15. And 3 plus
D6.
D6 is not going to do it. 7.
2 successes. 100 gold pieces.
Nice.
So a total of 250 gold
250,
pieces.
and I've got to roll one of these things.
Yes.
88.
Okay. You are complications free when you receive a message to the effect that there is a meeting of the Children of Neverwinter outside the Temple of Helm in Waterdeep in, let's say, 10 days
Okay.
to get you guys time to get there.
All right. Sounds good.
Right. So,
So
Right.
I've got 250 to add in.
yes.
Yes.
Now let's have some fun.
60.
You having fun? I had a blast.
How?
I've got 60.
Oh, that's good.
So, as you gather outside the Temple of Helm, Victor informs you that he received a note while in Waterdeep asking aid in delivering a holy relic to Baldur's Gate.
Ah.
So, I have a map around here somewhere of the Belzaren Temple, which is where you're at. This is approximately what it looks like. Sorry
Oh,
for
hello.
the crude nature, I just pulled it off of a bunch of random PDFs of maps that I found. You guys are here when you gather. You are, as you walk up the outer steps, you are met by a priestess and her acolyte who inform you upon being informed that you are looking for the transport of the relic. She tells you that another band of adventurers took the relic the day before, but if you're still interested in work, there is another task for which the temple will pay handsomely.
I see. Oh,
I like the word handsome.
handsome is good. Is it interesting? Sure, it's interesting.
Come inside and we'll talk.
Yes, of course.
She tells you that the temple are the guardian, that the Belzaren temple is the guardians of a sacred crypt, the Caerdhall treasure vault. Unfortunately, recently the Crypt-Keeper went missing, and we at the temple have reason to believe that a rival house, that a house had a hand in its disappearance.
A major house or
A
a
rising house.
rising house? One we probably know.
House
I'm-
Panzara.
That's what I thought. Okay.
We don't wish to openly clash with House Bazaar, so we wish to hire you to investigate the disappearance of the Crypt-Keeper.
And it's Finnan and you that both had things.
Was Panzara the crime lord? Was it?
Not
No,
necessarily.
no, earlier on, somebody else got a consequence that it was
Oh,
also...
a co-worker from a.
There's a dark cult in your group, but that doesn't necessarily tie you to House Panzara.
Okay.
Right, and the other. Yeah.
It's possible that, I think we said that it's possible that the noble that you insulted is a
Oh, that's
Panzaran,
right. That's what it was you.
a
That was you.
Panzaranite house member. So,
Don't let Finnan or I go and negotiate.
well, we don't wish to negotiate
Oh.
per se. You see, the first step is to seek the spymaster Airaon.
Okay.
He
What's his
is
name, please?
Airaon.
Very good.
Though notoriously reclusive, he is rumored to have been or still be on the payroll of House Belzaren, and thus will have the location of many of their unsavory places they might put a prisoner. Obviously, you won't find him outright. You'll have to seek one of his contacts at the Somberlas Dream Hall.
In
Waterdeep.
oh, interesting.
Yes.
It is indeed interesting.
Yes.
One of his underlings, you said?
One of his contacts.
Contacts.
He's a notorious
Recluse.
spymaster and purveyor of information.
Very recluse.
While honorable to the point that he will not betray a current employer, it is not known whether he is currently on the payroll, but it is known that he has been rumored to have been on the payroll at some time, and therefore will likely be well informed of them and their more, shall we say, distasteful regions they might store a prisoner, namely the Crypt-Keeper.
Yes, of course. Interesting.
Yes, yes. Do you accept this quest?
I don't see a reason not to.
Then
Makes
go
sense.
with the blessing of Helm, my children, to the Somberlas Dream Hall.
We thank you for your blessing.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session as you seek the Somberlas Dream Hall. If you know, you know. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Sorry that it wasn't a little as action-packed as normal. This campaign that I've homebrewed will be a little bit more intrigue-heavy than combat-heavy. It's not so much kick down the dungeon doors, pick the lock, and wait to see who comes out. It's, as always, we appreciate you, though. And if you'd like to help the channel, the best way to do that is to go check out my Printify shop, Nightwalker's Bazaar. Link will be in the description below. If you'd like to have something else in the shop that you don't see, go ahead and either leave a comment or I can put up some more polls. I'll be putting up a couple more over the next couple of weeks. Go ahead and vote in the poll that already exists if you haven't already. And to help the algorithm, if you'd like to leave a comment, like, share the video, tell me what you would or wouldn't like to see else in the comment section, share it on social media, go ahead and tell your friends what you've been doing so they can come take a look at it, and as always, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.